Hi everyone, my name is Ivan. Вітаю всіх. This is my fifth lesson in my course of Ukrainian language, and so today's lesson will be very important because now we begin the we start the very important and serious topic as Ukrainian grammar. And here I will tell you everything about Ukrainian grammar, how to build up the sentences, and so on. So, Ukrainian language has a lot of differences with the English. With English, that's why you have to listen attentively. If you need, then write down some rules in order to not to forget them. So please, it's very important and serious because English and Ukrainian are in different groups of languages. That's why something you have to understand. So, but don't be afraid. It's not so difficult. I will help you to understand this, to get it. So, lesson 5. Pronouns. How to say I am in Ukrainian. Урок 5. Займенники. Як сказати I am українською. And we will start this topic with pronouns. Okay, like in many languages, in Ukrainian, there are also pronouns in Ukrainian language. Like I, you, he, she, it. I will now read all of them, like English and Ukrainian variants, and then we will discuss them a little bit more detailed. So let's start. I, я, you, singular form. Ты for informal way of speaking. Ви for formal way of speaking. He, she, it. Він, вона, воно. We, ми. You, plural form. Ви, they, вони. Okay, I hope that it was not so difficult to pronounce, and let's discuss them. First of all, the first feature of this pronouns that the word я, yes, it's also one letter, but я, unlike in English, is not written always capitalized, like even if it is in the middle of the sentence. Я is like other pronouns in English, you, he, she, it, we, and so on. It is written in small letters when it is in the middle of the sentence, okay, or at the end of the sentence. I just want to say that it's not like a capitalized version of I. Okay, I hope it was clear. Then, the second feature. There are two ways of speaking, like in many other languages, like French, Spanish, German. When we talk to, for example, friends, members of your family, toys, pets, and so on, with whom you have informal relationships, you use the informal way ты. But if you use ты to your teacher, to your boss, to someone with whom you have formal relationships, it is impolite and could be offensive. So you use the way вы. And this word, like English I, is always written capitalized, like with a capitalized letter V. Okay? Please remember that. That's why I wrote down the V with small letters, because there are differences between this V formal way of speaking. When we talk to one person, with whom we have formal relationships, we use V with capitalized letter V. But when we talk to at least two people and more, then we use V that is written in the middle of the sentence with this small letters. Okay, I hope that it also was clear for you. And the third feature in these pronouns that, okay, when we use he, she, it in English, he we can use to man, to boy, to someone whose gender or sex is masculine. She to women, to girls, to someone who consider herself a woman. Then we use she, and it for objects, for animals. Yes. In Ukrainian, it's a little bit different. Yes, we use він for men, вона for women, and воно sometimes for objects and animals. But, like in some other languages, for example German, every noun in Ukrainian language has its own gender. There are three genders: masculine, feminine, and neuter. Yes, and that's why it's not so easy to sometimes for someone to learn Ukrainian, because, for example, the word table in Ukrainian, it is steel. It has masculine gender. So when we talk about steel, we use він. The other word, the other example, the word перемога. It has feminine gender. Then that's why we say перемога, вона. Then neuter, вікно, вікно, the window, вікно, воно. So when you learn by heart words in Ukrainian language, you also have to memorize its gender. It's very important. I will explain you in next videos how it is used and why do you have to know it. So I think that with other pronouns it's clear. It's just like in English, and you must just, there are differences between singular and plural. Yes, you, like in English we have one word for these two pronouns, but in Ukrainian, when we speak to one person in informal way of speaking, we use ты, informal, вы, and to two and more persons, yes, we use вы, but in the middle of the sentence it is written in small letters. So with pronouns we are finished, and let's proceed to construction to be. So what do we know about this construction? In English, when we are talking about like someone is something, we use like in general I am, then an article a or the, and the object or like the feature that we want to use. But in Ukrainian language it is, I could say it is a little bit easier. Okay, first of all, first rule, there are no articles in Ukrainian language. It's like there are no articles a and the. By the way, that's why it is hard for the Ukrainians to learn English, because they just sometimes don't know when to use a and when to use the, because it just doesn't exist in Ukrainian language. It can be sometimes some alternatives for these articles, but it's not common to use them. So, and the second rule, that the use of yeah is not common. Okay, I will just read you now and discuss. In English we say I am a man. In Ukrainian you could say я є чоловік. Yes, чоловік is a man. But here чоловік means not the human. It means the like man. We're talking about gender. Yes, a man. Okay, I hope that was clear. But it's maybe even more common not to use yeah. You could just say я є, я чоловік. That's why I put the word є in the brackets. You just could say я чоловік. So it would be translated like I man. Yes, if to translate literally. And in this way, the Ukrainian is much easier than English. You just have a pronoun and you just must put the noun, and that's all. So let's read all of the examples. I am a man. Я чоловік. You are a man. Ти чоловік. For informal way of speaking. Ви чоловік. For formal way of speaking. He, she, it is a man. Він, вона, воно є. Or just він, вона, воно, чоловік. We are the man. Чоловік in plural form would be чоловіки. Ми, чоловіки. You are the man. Ви, чоловіки. They are the man. Вони, чоловіки. So, that's all. It's a very simple rule. Just cross the to be and an article, and you can build up the sentence with this verb. Yes, so it's very I hope that it's very easy. And the next easy rule, it's very easy, because how to build up a question. Okay, you just have to add a question mark. And in speech, you just make a questioning tone. So, if you want to ask someone, or I don't know, why would you ask, am I a man? I hope that you know who you are. Or maybe you just have lost your memory and you need to recall it, I don't know. Я чоловік? Are you a man? Ти чоловік? Are we the men? Ми чоловіки? So yes, I think it's totally easy. It's just not even a rule. You just have to memorize that. You have not to forget to put the question mark in the end of the sentence. And now we will learn some words like in other videos. Today we will learn the members of family, члени сім'ї. I will read you every word, and I put in the brackets the plural form, and also I highlighted the letters that must be accent or emphasized. Sorry. So, mother, a mother, mama or mati. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a second. I forgot to highlight here the emphasizing. Yes, mati. And plural form, mothers, mami, materi. All variants are possible. You can use what you want. A father, tato, fathers, tati. A sister, sestra, sisters, sestri. A brother, brat, brothers, brati, brati. A son, sin. Yes, it's very close to English variant. Sons, сини. Daughters, a daughter, дочка or донька. Daughters, дочки, доньки. Parents, батьки. Grandmother, бабуся. Grandmothers, бабусі. A grandfather, дідусь. Grandfathers, дідусі. And I want to pay your attention. There are no such words as siblings or grandparents. If you want to say siblings, you must use sisters and brothers, like сестри та брати, or grandparents, you use бабусі та дідусі, because these separate words like grandparents and siblings just don't exist in Ukrainian language. I hope that was clear. So for now, I want to say goodbye. This was my 5th video, and also if you have noticed, there is such a beautiful nature. It is the lake Sinevir in Carpathian Mountains. I will put at the background the nature of Ukraine, so you will be motivated to learn this magical, this beautiful language. Then you can once you will visit these places and enjoy them, and you will enjoy it twice as much, because you will know Ukrainian language. With my help and your diligence, we will cope with that. So for now, thank you very much. Put the thumbs up and write down the comments. Goodbye, до зустрічі.